Today I'm going to be giving my first impressions on Pepe Jean's Celebrate. This one caught a little bit of hype, and so of course I've been curious about it. I really like the note breakdown on this one. It seems to be pretty interesting, and it's also very affordable, so I figured why not go ahead and pick it up. I'll try it live on camera, and we'll see what this one's all about. So here is the bottle. Looks pretty nice. Honestly, it doesn't feel too cheap. When you feel the material up top, and it does kind of give off a little bit of a cheapish type of feel, but the glass itself does have a nice weight to it. It does have a, interesting looking bottle. The cap does click into place pretty good. Overall, it doesn't feel too awfully bad. This one is going to be a warm, spicy scent, so not really appropriate for this time of year, but we'll go ahead and check it out anyway. I'm going to go ahead and spray this one on my skin for the first time, and we'll see how it is. Atomizer is really solid as well. I mean, this puts out a strong, assertive amount of scent, so pretty good there. So opening up, this one's got a kind of a sweetness, a bit of a cola type of smell, and quite a bit of a spiciness. Definitely a sweet, warm, spicy fragrance right off the top. I'm going to go ahead and read off the note breakdown here. We only have two top notes. We have blackcurrant and lime. In the mid, we have cacao, cinnamon, tonka bean, clary sage, juniper. In the base, we have patchouli, amberwood, and birch. So of those top notes, I get a bit of a sweet blackcurrant, and honestly, not a whole lot of bergamot. I'm getting a lot of the cinnamon, which is aiding to that spiciness that I was talking about. I do get quite a bit of a tonka bean sweetness as well, and maybe a little bit of amberwood, and the amberwood is kind of giving it a somewhat of a freshness. It's your typical amberwood, ambroxan type of smell. This is not based around that note, so it's not like a blue fragrance like YSL Y Eau de Parfum, but the amberwood is in there just giving a little bit of a kind of a fresh, clean support. So far, right off the bat, I find this to be a pretty unique and different blend. There's kind of a bit going on here, and I do find that it doesn't quite blend together maybe as smooth as you would find in a higher end designer or even niche level fragrance. Of course, this is not a niche level scent or a higher end designer level scent. This is one that goes for, I think, less than $30 on discounters. So I'm not expecting it to be something that is super high quality, but that is something for you to keep in mind here. You can kind of see and smell that the different notes are almost fighting to the surface a little bit. It was like that more so in the beginning, but it does start to smooth out a little bit as it sits on skin. So it does get better as it dries down. Not that the opening was bad, but it does smooth out. Again, it's warm, spicy, sweet. It's got a bit of a fizzy cola type of smell. Pretty nice right off the bat, and definitely one that would be very appealing for fall and winter time. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Fragrantica comparisons here. So right up top, we have Pure Excess by Paco Rabanne. And I don't really think that it smells too awfully similar, but I would agree that it does have a little bit of that cola, kind of fresh, almost gourmand type of opening like Pure Excess does. That fizzy, bright cola type of smell. This one has a similar thing going on, so I could agree somewhat. Up next, we have Bad Boy. I don't really think it smells like Bad Boy. Halloween Man X. It does have that sweet tonka bean, but it does have its own thing going on. There's no coffee out of this one, and kind of goes in its own direction. I don't really think it smells too much like Halloween Man X. Hugo Boss The Scent Absolute. I'm not really getting too much of that either. What I find that this one is doing is kind of paving its own way here and fitting into somewhat of its own category. I'm not really thinking that this smells like any one other fragrance, so it's not like a clone or anything like that. I would say for sure that it does feel to be borrowing ideas from other more popular scents out there, but with its own twist. And let's be real, that's what most of perfumery is these days, is kind of taking inspiration and borrowing ideas from other popular and successful scents. This was released in 2019, so it is kind of more up to date here and is following some of those trends that are, being followed nowadays with new colognes. As it's had some time to dry down, I mean, it smells fantastic, and it does smooth out a lot here in the dry down. While the opening is great and is a head turner, I like that it does get a bit more mellow the longer it sits on skin, and everything starts to blend together better. And this is kind of when I would enjoy it the most, and that's a good thing because the dry down is what you're going to get through the majority of the scent. This is pretty cool because it's, for one, an affordable scent, and also it's something that is different. A lot of times when you get into this price range, you get stuff that isn't all that creative or all that unique. That's just kind of how it goes. With this one, though, I do find that it does kind of pave its way and does something a little bit different here. It's very appropriate for fall and winter time. I could see it being used for somewhat formal, but also casual as well. It does have a slight bubblegummy sweetness, kind of from that tonka bean and amberwood combination, making it probably a bit more casual and playful leaning, but it'll still work for a lot of situations, in my opinion, in the cooler weather. I could see the age range on this one being pretty broad. Because of that bubblegum sweetness in the dry down, it's not too strong, but it is there. I think the younger crowd will really take a liking to this one. But I also think that because that sweetness isn't overbearing, guys who are a bit older and into stuff that isn't really, too sweet and too youthful will also enjoy this one as well. I can see this as being a really nice, great dumb reach type of scent for fall and winter time because it is affordable, because it is versatile. This is one that you can spray on for most situations that you're going to be going to work, to school, whatever, and it's going to work great, and you're not going to be breaking the bank either. This is an eau de parfum concentration, which is always nice to see, especially in these heavier types of scents, so we'll have to see how performance does. I could imagine that it would hopefully do at least solid. I mean, if you could get a good 7-8 hours of longevity out of this one and get, relatively mild projection, I would say that would be a win. If you want more performance, you could just spray it on heavier to get more projection. But at this price range, I'm not expecting anything to be too crazy. But an eau de parfum concentration is always a good sign for performance, and if this one can cut through the cooler air, this could be a very valuable scent. I will continue to test this one, probably not so much right now because I am more into the summer scents, but as we get into fall and start transitioning into the cooler weather, I'll test this one more, and probably by then I'll put out a full review on this one. As it sits right now, I could see me wearing this one here in the cooler months if I'm kind of after something that's super easy to wear and is on the more affordable side, if I'm just going to run out and do a couple things and then want to change my scent afterwards. Going into this, I was expecting it to be pretty solid. I wasn't really for sure what to expect in terms of scent though, just because I thought the comparisons on Fragrantica were kind of all over the place, and I do find it to be very pleasant, and it is exceeding my expectations here. It is very nice, great, warm, spicy scent for wintertime that I can't wait to continue testing more. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for me. That was my thoughts on Pepe Jeans Celebrate. This is my first fragrance from the house, and honestly so far, pretty good. I'm going to check some more out. If you have any recommendations for other fragrances from the line for me to try, leave them down below, and also leave down below your thoughts on this one if you've tried it. And if you are interested in picking this one up, I will link it down below as well. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.